Wednesday. A 20% chance for afternoon storms today with a high at 90. Tonight, the low is 74 and it's partly cloudy. Friday, mostly sunny and 93. By Sunday, the likelihood of rain and storms in central Mississippi. With news on 103.9 WYAB, I'm Chris Davis. Tuesday night, the results were announced that Willis Thompson had defeated Vicksburg Mayor George Flaggs. Wednesday, Flaggs finally conceded the election in a Facebook post acknowledging the defeat and saying he respects the will of the people. A fatal wreck on the Natchez Trace Parkway. That wreck happened Tuesday around 6 p.m. on the Trace in Madison County. Authorities say it was a 3-car crash and one person died at the hospital. Rankin County District 2 Supervisor Scott Berry is giving up his position as supervisor, announcing his resignation Wednesday. Berry, who is the former reservoir fire chief, is taking a private sector job with a fire apparatus supplier, but says he's still excited about potential economic growth for the county. Tim Kyle may remain mayor of Kosciuszko after all. Tuesday night, results were released by the city clerk that said he had lost to Marvin Miles Jr. Now the vote totals say he's the likely winner. The clerk's office says they had left out the accepted absentee ballots when they initially released the results. Lewd behavior at a city park. A man named Randy Martin Riley has admitted, according to McGee police, that he was touching himself and taking pictures of children at the park Tuesday afternoon when several people saw what was going on and called 911. Police caught up with him, pulled him over, searched his phone, and found the pictures to be legal, but plan on doing a more thorough search of his electronic devices. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are the individual views and opinions of the people expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of this radio station, its parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.
Welcome to the Chip Mathews Show, where politics meets the South. So grab your sweet tea, find a comfortable spot to sit back, and let's embark on this journey together. Chip away, that's what I'm gonna do. Sweet little mama, I want my cat next to you.
And good Thursday morning here on the Chip Mathews program, the Chip Mathews Show, chipping away at the stone. That's what we do here. Yes, you got to understand, you got to continue to chip away until you find the way to the future. Find the way to fix the problems in your life. Giving up is just no way to get it done, y'all. Just letting you know. Giving up, don't get it done. Good morning, Jolynn Michael. Yes. And y'all, if y'all want to help out today, I've been thinking about different things, and I'd like to talk about whatever you would like to talk about today. A lot of people have been keeping me on the subject, even if when I'm tired. But if you want to talk, 601-879-0002, 601-879-0002. That's the number here to talk to me at WYAB. Remember, coming up at 7:07, it's the one, the only, the Clay Edwards Show, right here on most of this same radio station. Good morning, Anita Ford. Hey, and look, we had a good time yesterday at Grip and Grim. And that goes on every Wednesday. Not every Wednesday, the first Wednesday in each month there at Mama Hamill's. Gets started about 11 o'clock. And you get a little bit early. You can eat before you're just talking. But you eat. It's a good deal. It's a great deal. But Grip and Grin, you see all these people that are involved in politics in Mississippi. People, movers and shakers in the central Mississippi area, we'll say. And so if you want to go see how the sausage is made, they're always in there talking about what we need to do and what we don't need to do. And it's open to Republicans and Democrats. I will say the crowd is largely conservative. And, but yesterday we had they were talking about what we did in the Republican Party to secure the town of Philadelphia. And I went, So what they did was they paid for somebody to go up there and move into the area and knock on doors every day to make sure that they were going to win the mayor's race there. And I look back at that and I go, why don't they do the same in central Mississippi? Why don't they do the same in Benny Thompson's district? Why don't we do things to take over the Democratic areas? I know we try to protect the Republican areas that we have a stronghold in, but we don't look to gain ground in other places. And like when there was a chance that there was something going to go happen on the coast, they were there to protect those people. And I'm not suggesting anything went on wrong up here. I'm just saying it's a jobs program in Mississippi to run for office, especially in the Benny Thompson district. I'm sure, and look, and this is probably everywhere in the area. In Canton, for instance, we had 7 precincts open, 8 people working in each precinct, I would say, each one getting $200. So, and we only had 1,600 votes in the whole election. Yeah. So we're going to pay all that money, and it's a jobs program, people. It gets more people involved in the political future of each and every town, but that's what they do. In Jackson, how many precincts do they have? How many people work in the precincts? This is something that you need to look at. Good morning, Irene Jackson. Good morning, Ricky Gray. I mean, people don't realize the money spent inside elections. Everybody says you got to have money to run for office. Okay, so let's say, for instance, that the city of each town, or this is the same in the supervisor race. Let's just go to a supervisor race. If they're going to open up in Madison County, just in District 5, there are 14 or 15 polling places. Okay, so if at each polling place they're putting 8 people in, then those 8 people are families that are associated normally in those districts. In a Democratic district, they're mostly Democrats that are put in the polls. They don't really divide it up 50-50. Even when you supply them with a list of people that have been trained and certified Republicans to help in a district, it does not occur. But yet, this past election on the coast and in Philadelphia, Mississippi, the Republicans did take the time to make sure that the party did make sure that they were going to win those elections. And I don't know, and that's not a bad thing, but it doesn't seem like we're gaining ground where we need to gain ground. On McKenzie, good morning. I enjoy Grip and Grin. Thanks for inviting me. And good morning, people. Look, y'all, Grip and Grin's a great thing. You go in there, you learn some things. We had David McRae in there, and he was showing everybody where there's money. Y'all, please go to the site for what is it? What is his title? But anyway, go to David McRae's site, State Treasurer site, and put in your name. Find out how much money you have forgotten about that you dropped somewhere. Old deposits you may have had at a place. Old money at banks that they didn't figure out how to take it all. It all goes to the state, and the state has to hold it, and then they write checks and give it out. And, you put up deposits here and there, and you paid for permits here and there and stuff, and there's money sitting there. And people, I went on there once, found some money my grandfather owned from way back. So y'all to take time to do that. But he was there yesterday. But I just keep looking at this thing and I keep going, why doesn't the Republican Party work harder at taking some of the areas? Now, I know that we had 10 people cross over from the in the legislators. I don't know if it was in the House or the Senate, or maybe it was a mixture of both, in Benny Thompson's district, to say that they have seen the light after all these years, and they're not going to be a Democrat anymore. They're going to be a Republican. They're going to be a rhino. Rhinos are the problem. Why do things happen? I mean, and I'm watching Delbert have to answer certain questions about things, and he seems to be stepping lightly because he's so scared that the conservative Republicans are going to get rid of him when they move on. He wants to be the governor. He just feels like, I got to have that title once. You know, at one time, I didn't think of Delbert as a greedy person. I thought that he was in there and he was trying to do the right thing when he was Secretary of State, this, that, and the other. But yeah, we're sitting here in suspended animation in our election process. All these people are declaring these people winners and this, that, and the other. Meanwhile, and I've been looking at different lawyers from the Democratic Party and different lawyers from the Republican Party who are people that represent people in voter challenges. And I saw someone talking about the Foote, what is it, District 1 or Councilman 1 seat where Ashley Foote is running. Ooh, come on, phone, watch out. And they were online going, oh, we can find 25 votes. Anybody can go in there and surge and we can get 25 votes. And 25 votes can come from either subtraction or adding. But there are manipulators out there, lawyers and people with different parties, Republican and Democrat, that are looking for the challenges. And y'all, in a lot of times you have to look at the situation and go, do we have control with our vote? Does our vote matter? When we're only voting 20%, it doesn't really help. And even less than that in some situations. It feels like locally they're just making up their minds on who's going to be in office. It doesn't look like we are electing anybody. That's why when you look at the city council in Jackson and look at everything, there's no real change. There's no real change. You're going to put John Horn in office. He says, I'm going to fix the streets. I'm going to do this. Nobody's done that before. Why are they going to do it now? They've collected all those pennies for potholes. We still got potholes. We got tons of potholes. And once these people are elected and put in the office, because we don't have a ballot initiative and we don't have a recall program, all they got to do is lie to you to get in. And then once they get in, they ain't got to do anything for the next 4 years. And at the end of those 4 years, if you can run a close race with somebody, the lawyer manipulators step in. And the parties, it's like they choose teams. They say, okay, you can have that county, but we own this county. That's what it seems like goes on between the parties. I may be crazy. I may be stupid. I may be dumb. I may be a loser. But I know what I see. I'm not stupid. And I look at it every time, and I watch it in every election cycle. And, in Canton, we had, everybody said, Chip, you're challenging in Canton. I said, no, that was a fair election. What went on did happen. Was money exchanged in one respect? I go, yeah, the party in control in Madison County and Canton, and I'm talking about the Democrats. They control District 4 and 5 and a little bit of Gerald Steen's district. I don't know which number that is. But they make sure that they are going to keep that part of the county. They make sure of that by putting the people that they put into place. And we allow it. You don't understand. We allow it. And then on election day, it all goes and you feel like your vote counts and this, that, and the other, and you look at it. And at the end of the day, everybody goes, man, that was low voter turnout. Do you realize that in Canton, the voter turnout was actually higher? Who are we fooling, people? Who are we fooling? The legislators, the manipulators, they decide what's going to happen and they work it out. And, you know, I think about things and look at them. And I'm going to come back and tell y'all something in the next break. We got to take a break here. But I'm going to tell you some more about the manipulation and the election cycles and this, that, and the other. And, you know, everybody says, Chip, you're a conspiracy theorist. No, I'm being real today. I'm being real. And I want you to think about it. I want you to look into it. I want you to realize that they do what they do. Also, y'all, I had a guy call me, and you know who you are. And he's ready to start talking about the Rudy Warnock trial. We're going to spend a little bit today on this, and then we're getting our paperwork ready. And, of course, the trial's supposed to begin on June 9th. So I'll be going every day to watch the Rudy Warnock trial. And that is as political a trial as you'll ever see on corruption and what went on in the county and in the city of Canton and other places where Rudy hand touched. But Rudy spread the money out. No different than the Republican and Democrat parties making sure their areas are secure. Rudy spread out his money. And what did he buy? He bought the people you elected. The people you elected to represent you. And they didn't share any of the money with you when they got it. No, they did not. And remember that. Remember that. We'll be back in just a second right here on the Chip Mathews Show on WYAB. Remember that. We'll be back in just a second right here on the Chip Mathews Show.
1039 WYAB. Dr. Bobby C. Pankey and Associates proudly welcome optometrists Mary Lou Puglisi and Dylan Pankey to their team of eye care professionals. Both share Optical 2000's commitment to offering you and your family the highest quality eye care. Both the Clinton and Richland locations provide comprehensive eye care, including eye health examinations and treatment for eye disease, all essential for vision wellness. Optical 2000, Bobby C. Pankey and Associates in Clinton and Richland.
Antique Mall of the South has 14,000 square feet of pristine, clean floor space. Home to beautiful, timeless antique treasures. Antique Mall of the South is open Monday to Saturday, 10 to 5. Check them out online at antiquemallofthesouth.com or go to the Antique Mall of the South Facebook page. You can also read the dozens of 5-star reviews online. Come see for yourself at Antique Mall of the South in Ridgeland. Now open Monday to Saturday, 10 to 5. That's Antique Mall of the South, Highway 51 in Ridgeland.
Why should you choose Ceramic Air Conditioning and Heating for all service or installation? Well, they purchase all parts directly from the manufacturer. All of their factory-trained technicians have been hand-selected for skill, work ethic, and experience. There are never any hidden fees or charges. Ceramic Air Conditioning and Heating is dedicated to your complete satisfaction, and they're family-owned and operated. For residential and commercial service or installation, contact Ceramic Air Conditioning and Heating, 601-317-0729, or make an appointment through their Facebook page.
The weather is heating up, and the deals are even hotter at Mazda of Jackson. Right now at Mazda of Jackson, you can drive home your dream Mazda with low financing rates available. 2.9% for 72 months on most models, or finance 36 months and pay just 0.9%. That's right, 0.9%. Experience Mazda's exhilarating performance, top-notch safety, and reliability. It's time to choose Mazda. Shop online at MazdaofJackson.com or visit Mazda of Jackson, I-55 Frontage Road in Jackson.
Would you like a free ice cream? Head on over to Bumpers Drive-In on Highway 49 in Flora. If you're craving a juicy made-to-order burger and crispy golden fries, if you want to taste the best hand-breaded chicken tenders you've ever had, If you want a hand-mixed milkshake or a whirl with Nutter Butters, Oreos, then bump on into Bumpers Drive-In in Flora. Exclusively at the Flora location. Mention you heard them on WYAB and you'll receive a free frosty ice cream with your order.
Well, I'm sitting here today with one of my favorite clients, Reggie Brumfield. The first time I believe we worked together was around 25 years ago, wasn't it, Reggie?
I remember that time my wife, Kathy, and I, we were looking for a home. He sold that house to us, and when we got ready to buy another home, he helped us sell that home and buy another home. So 25 years later, when we decided to purchase another home, your name was the only one in our minds.
601-720-4037, RitaJensen.net.
Y'all come see us at Flora Animal Hospital, your trusted hometown vet. We offer a wide variety of veterinary services, including boarding. Dr. Kaylee McCary is a Madison County native who has been serving the Flora community and surrounding areas since 2013. She leads our team of highly trained and compassionate women. We are located at 740 Highway 49 in the Cotton Exchange Plaza. Call us today at 601-879-3222. At Flora Animal Hospital, we treat your pets like our own.
Are you looking to get stronger, fitter, and push your limits? CrossFit Fondren is where Jackson trains. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned athlete, our expert coaches and supportive community will help you crush your goals. Join us for high-intensity workouts that build strength, endurance, and confidence. No gimmicks, just real results. Try your first class today for free. Visit us at CrossFitFondren.com or stop by the gym 3002 North Mill Street in Jackson, in the heart of Fondren.
Welcome back to the Chip Mathews Show, and here is your host, Chip Mathews.
And welcome back on a Thursday. It is Thursday, right? Thursday. And we're here on a great, pretty day given to us by our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. It looks great outside today. Good job today. Anybody ever tell God, good job on what we're doing with the weather? It's great today. Maybe we get more days like this. It's a little hot, a little humid, but it's Mississippi. And that's what they'll say. It's Mississippi. You know, when I talk about what's going on around the world and in Canton, Mississippi, and other places, you know, the people and the citizens of Jackson and Canton should be up in arms. We all should be in a big, giant class action suit against our cities. We pay taxes. We put things together. We rely on the city governments to do their job. We pay them taxes to do our job. And they have a charter and they have a rules on, we put a city together and we're going to provide these services for these tax dollars. Okay. So let's just look at the list. Let's look at the list. The most important things on the list: police protection. Okay. The city of Jackson, city of Canton has an obligation to protect us. Okay. They're supposed to budget money to make sure your city is safe. That is a big, big, big part of the line item. They have to do that. The next thing they got to do, and they do well sometimes, and in some cities they don't. If you don't have a perfect fire rating in your city, they're not doing it right. Canton used to have a perfect fire rating for years, and it finally fell off about, I think it was 12 years ago, when we had an insurance commissioner as an insurance agent as a mayor in Canton at that time. And lo and behold, after an entire existence of having perfect fire protection, we don't have perfect fire protection again. And when the rating drops, insurance goes up. So it went up on every house in town. And then he had gotten that business that he has. It was the agency that once was held by one of the old-time football coaches forever. So everybody in town was pretty much signed up on it. And everybody in town got higher rates. And all we did was just pay them and be quiet and just keep moving on. But anyway, Cities are required to give you police protection. They're required for your tax dollars to give you fire protection. And they're required to have a public works department. These are things that you paid for. These are things that they promised you. In Canton, Mississippi, they defunded and got rid of the public works department, citing that, good morning, Ted Smith, citing that, we can't get anybody to work. You can't get anybody to work for what we pay. Nobody wants to come to work. Well, most of the people in town, I guess you ran out of family members, because in city government in Madison County, in Canton, and also in county government. Good morning, LaDonna, and good morning, Debbie Bragansky. But in county and city government, what do? They hire family. We can't find anybody else to work, so we got to hire family. I mean, look at the supervisors in Madison County. I harp on the one that lost the $2.7 million a lot of times, because she lost $2.7 million. And we haven't heard that it's all back. We haven't heard that anybody is being prosecuted. But the people that at that level there, when you lose your job at the county, you just go to work for the city of Canton. If you don't go to work for the city of Canton, you go to work for the school district. It's a rotating game. We have a supervisor that's on the payroll at Canton Public Schools. Yes, a supervisor. After everything they get, he's over there, and he's been there for years. And I mean, hey, I wish I could get hired and politic right there on the city's dime, opening the doors for kids getting out of the car. Hey, that's great. People, all you got to do is smile big, kiss babies. That's it. Doing it all the time. Meanwhile, you got people that want to build houses in areas, and they don't get the same opportunity to build houses because some supervisors are pushing for other people to build houses. Like, for instance, the D.R. Horton out there, that big neighborhood there. Now, they approved D.R. Horton to come in and build what some people are saying, a little lower grade houses. But you don't understand. With that mega site deal that's going on, we're probably going to have an explosion of about 30,000 people, maybe more, right here at Ground Zero. Canton, Mississippi is Ground Zero. And I would say the circle goes out and hits West Jackson, North Jackson, Madison, Ridgeland. A lot of them won't be able to afford a house in Madison, but some of the top executives will. But Madison, Ridgeland, Canton, Flora, all of that's about to explode. Nothing that I've said before about these things, telling you that these things were going to explode, is something that you need to put on the list. Good morning, Rob Andrus and Jimmy Rogers. It's real important for you to realize what's going on. We have solar farms that people took advantage of land that they could get. I think it's on 16th section land, to tell you the truth. But they took in this land and built the humongous solar farm on 43 just to sell energy back, because they could get it for free from the federal government. People go and work the deals. People get things. And everything in Madison County happens without a lot of transparency. And in Canton, no transparency. If everybody in Canton knew that the Board of Aldermen and Mayor had closed down Public Works Department in Canton, we would know why why the grass is grown and this, that, and the other. And they got a guy that works in Parks and Recreation, which is another important level. And he's going out, and I mean, there are people busting their ass trying to do the job that is not getting done, but the reality is they're all getting paid. And, people were getting paid before when nobody was doing any work. Family members, they got to get paid. And then to the point where you're running for office and everything, you go, well, we got to change up a little bit. We got to change up a little bit. Good morning, Jace Powell. Got to change it up a little bit because it's election season. So we'll just close Public Works. We'll just close it down. They don't need it. Y'all, you should. And in Jackson, you don't get the police protection. And I would say Public Works has failed you also in Jackson. Fire departments, that's kind of different. Fire departments are good people. They get a lot of things done. The police department, policemen are good. The funded police protection is not. And then they'll say, well, we can't get anybody to work for this amount of money. Well, that's not my problem. You raise taxes when you need to get you a raise. You raise taxes. Canton had all kind of taxes raised. I'm going to talk about Rudy. I'm still getting my stuff together, Jim. But, all these people play into these programs that we don't benefit from. And the only thing we're supposed to benefit from is we pay taxes and we get fire protection, we get police protection, we get a public works department that rebuilds the streets and keeps it safe. And we're not getting it. And the state, I don't know if they have any help in helping us. Good morning, Tiffany. I don't know if they have any help for us, but we pay taxes inside of city limits to be provided with all these things. Yes, and Canton has one of the highest tax rates in Madison County and in the state. But because of all these other issues, poor fire, poor police protection, poor public works, and that's not the fault of the people that work in those departments. It's the fault of the government to not fund those departments. And if we needed to raise taxes, they raise taxes on everybody in Canton. But the school district has plenty of money. But the school district continues to raise taxes also. Why not kick some money back? They're talking about all the money. Why not lower taxes? What a novel concept. If you lowered taxes, that would be good. But what are we spending the money on that's supposed to be providing these things? And if we don't have policemen, why aren't you coming up with the number that you got to do? You say, well, that won't work. We'd have to cut my salary. Well, guess what? That's what you should do. That is what you should do. You always got raises. You always take care of yourself. Politicians take care of those that are in charge, but they don't worry about that. And then when somebody like Rudy Warnock comes along, spreads that money out, they take that money. And do they share it with us? No. When the lobbyists come in to the state capitol to work on changing our laws, and they're working on trying to lower our taxes and said they did it and they're going to wait 15 years to do it or whatever it is. But when the lobbyists come in, do they share that money with us? No. We should be so upset with the level of politicians that we have in the state that do not represent the value of the tax dollar we pay. We pay the money to get what we want. We pay the money inside of city limits to get the services. And basically in Canton, you could look at that and say, well, we might as well live in the county. Okay, in the county, we would have a Madison County Sheriff Department. Ooh, that's good stuff there. The fire department, we'd still be covered. Minor Norman and his crew would be getting after it. So we'd get that too. And maybe a supervisor would pave a street. But you know how hard it is to get a supervisor to spend your tax dollars on your streets, especially those people on Yandle Road that ride the roller coaster every day. Think about it. These politicians owe us what we pay for. Our tax dollars do that. And at times we lose track of that. And when we're inside a city limit or something like that, and they're not taking care of us, we should hold them accountable. But they say, Chip, you can do that every 4 years. Yeah, you can do it every 4 years. And 20% of the people get out and vote. 80% of the people sit at home. and everybody gets a plan on, well, this is going to be the worst people in the world are running for office, and this is the best of the worst. This is the best scenario for us for the worst. It's not this guy's going to go in and give us what we're supposed to be paying for. Let's take a break. We'll be back right here on the Chip Mathews Show on WYAB. We'll be back right here on the Chip Mathews Show on WYAB.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
Have you noticed all these people acting like the sky is falling? All this tariff talk has folks real nervous, but at Eye Gear Optical, we've got you covered. Our prices remain solid on all our quality products, while all other shops are raising prices. We are not. Come get a great pair of eyeglasses, computer glasses, or sunglasses that fit you, your lifestyle, and your budget every day at Eye Gear Optical, 2630 Highway 80 East in Pearl, and on the web at eyegearoptical.com.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter Agent Jamie Creel in Flora and Ridgeland. 601-992-6000.
CBS News Brief. President Trump's bringing back a hallmark of his first administration and imposing a travel ban. CBS's Jennifer Kuiper.
The president's proclamation fully restricts the entry of nationals from 12 countries, including Libya, Sudan, and Yemen. It partially restricts entry of people from 7 countries, including Cuba and Venezuela.
The Colorado terror suspect accused of Sunday's firebomb attack that injured 15 people, rallying support of Israeli hostages, is headed to court.
Mohammed Solomon will be in front of a judge today for the official filing of more than 40 state charges, including attempted murder. He has not yet entered a plea.
CBS's Omar Villafranca from Boulder. Israel says it's recovered the bodies of 2 Israeli Americans in southern Gaza. The BBC's Barbara Plett-Usher.
They were killed at their kibbutz during the October 7th attack by a Palestinian militant group that carried out the attack alongside Hamas.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
If you want the best health care, where do you go? The Mayo Clinic. If you want the best care for your vehicle, where do you go? Mayo Auto Clinic in Raymond. Mayo Auto Clinic does foreign and domestic vehicles and diesel repair. Mayo Auto Clinic has ASE certified techs with over 25 years of experience. You can extend the life of your car or truck when you take it to Mayo Auto Clinic. For cost-effective repairs and maintenance, go to the best Mayo Auto Clinic. Open weekdays at 7 a.m. Highway 18 in Raymond. Efficient and trouble-free payroll processing is crucial to a business's success, and a lot of businesses are struggling with it. PeopleLease, a local payroll provider, not only offers top-of-the-line software, but also provides on-demand payroll support services. With PeopleLease, you're never on your own at every step of your payroll process. PeopleLease has the expertise in managing payroll challenges and will work hard to understand your business and employees. That's what makes PeopleLease the perfect choice for you and your business. Learn more online at peoplelease.com.
Are you hosting an event? Let Burgers Blues Barbecue handle the food while you enjoy the moment. From an important lunch to a dreamy wedding, B3 Catering is sure to please everyone. Find Burgers Blues Barbecue online and click the catering tab or just give us a call. And when you're dining out, visit Burgers Blues Barbecue in Flowood, Brandon, or Madison for incredible plates served fresh daily. Burgers Blues Barbecue and B3 Catering, a delicious combination.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Cork and Door Company has been providing quality residential garage and commercial overhead door products to Mississippians for over 50 years. Cork and Door is a supplier of garage door parts and services such as LiftMaster, commercial and residential door operators, as well as Clopay, sectional commercial and residential doors, Asta, commercial sheet and rolling steel doors, and Cornell, rolling steel and shutters, with many in stock for the same-day pickup. CorkandDoor.com. That's CorkandDoor.com.
Welcome back to the Chip Mathews Show, and here is your host, Chip Mathews.
And we're back on the Chip Mathews Show here on WYAB. I want to address something that took place yesterday. I had text all day. They said, look, some of these other hosts on the air are talking about you and running for office and this, that, and the other. I'm going to tell you this. The only person here at the radio station has time and has a free pass to say whatever he wants to about me on the air would be Clay Edwards. Clay Edwards and I have been friends and business partners for a long, long time. And I'll take it from there. But these other people, don't make me come after y'all on the air. Let's not start a war inside the radio station on the air, making fun. Yeah, and you're easy targets. I hate to tell you that. But I mean, I think that's so funny that they would belittle people who this station is so important to the movement of politics and political agenda. And the whole station is made up of various thoughts and conflicts of what we all go through as Mississippians and Americans and things that need to go. And we want to say that I would say that most of the people on the air here, even those that are a little bit nuts, are valued in good. It's good, solid talk. They're headed in the right direction. But, I'm not going to be your punchline. maybe saying your name will saying my name will actually help your show. But I'll let Clay say whatever he wants to. Clay can say whatever he wants to about me. He's earned that right. We've earned that right as friends. I'll say whatever I need to Clay. And that's that. Just want to bring that up real quick. Remember, and by the way, the Rankin Prayer Breakfast is this Sunday and this Saturday. And if you don't have you're doing without that Saturday morning what would we call it? Saturday morning Clay Edwards fix. Saturday morning Clay. This Saturday morning, he is the speaker at the Rankin Prayer Breakfast, and he's prepared. He started preparing last week and showed up last week only to find out he was a week early. But that's that. It is what it is. Okay, y'all. So as you think about everything going on and what is happening, the Rudy Warnock trial gets underway June 9th. That is next week. It's been delayed 13 times. It is political corruption at a level you don't understand. And it may lead to even more counties falling. Because, I used to go when I travel out of town and I'd go and see another supervisor and talk to them about some things. They'd show up with the Rudy Warnock, go hunting. They got the Rudy Warnock camo on and this, that, and the other. I'm going, dang, Rudy does work for y'all in this county. Oh, yeah, Rudy's a good guy. And every time I see somebody that's got a hat on from Rudy or anything, I'm going, how much money did they take? This trial coming up next week, there's going to be a lot of information that may or may not come out. They may decide to figure out a way to sweep it all on the rug and make it go away. But this trial needs to happen. Judge Wingate stepped down last week after 3.5 years saying, I just know too many people involved. So now Carlton Reeves has it. So I don't understand how you can run something for 3.5 years and delay it and then jump. That needs to be investigated. Why would a judge want to step down after 3.5 years because he says all of a sudden he knows everybody involved in the case? Didn't you know that 3.5 years ago? And don't judges know everybody? Don't judges know the lawyers and this, that, and all the time? You're dealing with political corruption in Mississippi. And this trial is going to be huge. And they've downplayed it for so long that they wanted to make it almost like they were trying to make it go away. But it's time now. And it's going to bring, and you already had 2 aldermen from Canton testify in it that they, and pled guilty. And we learned from Jackson that it takes 4 aldermen or 4 councilmen to make sure that you have the vote. There's going to be other people to fall if people tell the truth on the stand, if the trial ever proceeds forward. And it all is supposed to be starting next week. We'll build it up. We'll go to the courtroom. We will give you updates daily. But will it actually happen? It's a good question. Take our last break. We'll be back right here on the Chip Mathews Show on WYAB. Take our last break. We'll be back right here on the Chip Mathews Show.
1039 WYAB.
Rapid Oil Change has been the fast service leader in oil changes for over 40 years. With parts to fit most makes and models in stock, it's easy to see why we are Central Mississippi's leader in fast service. We feature brands like Castrol, Mobile One, Rain-X, Lucas, and Full Throttle. We do more than just change oil with services like wiper blades, new tires, tire repair, cabin filters, air filters, and much, much more. Open 6 days a week and ready to serve. Stop by one of our 6 fast-friendly locations today. We accept most national fleets, and local fleets are welcome.
Looking to buy, build, or just get inspired? It's time for the Parade of Homes. The Parade of Homes is 2 weekends, June 7th and 8th, and June 14th and 15th. Come for a free tour of 54 brand new homes across 23 neighborhoods in the Tri-County area. Whether you're shopping for your dream home, planning to build, or just thinking about a remodel, this is your chance to see the latest in home design and innovation. Start your tour today at paradeofhomesjackson.com. That's paradeofhomesjackson.com.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind with friends and family? El Patrio Mexican Restaurant is calling your name. With locations in Flowood and Cross Gates, Brandon, El Patrio is the cozy, family-owned gym where great food meets great times. Enjoy El Patrio's signature margaritas and happy hour specials that keep their customers coming back for more. Indulge in their authentic Mexican dishes prepared with love and served in a warm, family-friendly atmosphere. Come to El Patrio and taste the traditions. El Patrio, where family, flavor, and fun come together.
Nick Bain served Mississippi for over a decade in the State House. During that time, he fought for our children by protecting them against explicit materials pushed by the woke agenda. He protected taxpayers by streamlining government and helped create policies that have made Mississippi better. Nick and his team at Bain Bowen will use the same tenacity in helping you with all your legal matters. Call them today at 601-953-2994. Find Nick online at bainbowen.com. That's BAIN Bowen.com.
Men, let's talk about low testosterone. Do you suffer from any of these symptoms? Low sex drive, ED. Are you always tired, depressed? You have loss of muscle mass? You're obese? Maybe you have loss of focus and drive? Then you, my friends, may suffer from low testosterone. Let my buddies over at Men's Health in Mississippi, located right there in Madison, check your numbers today. Trust me, she'll thank you for it. I promise. Check them out online at menshealthms.com. That's menshealthms.com. Men's Health Mississippi.
It can be hard to move past the guilt, times of weakness and regret, knowing you weren't there for your family when they needed you the most. But there is life after addiction. We're seeing broken families restored, one man at a time, through our vehicle, cash, and thrift store donations. It's given Mercy House Adult and Teen Challenge the ability to help these men succeed in having better lives. Donate a vehicle, running or not, and we'll come pick it up. Call today, 601-572-7296, or visit us at vehicledonationsms.com.
Doctor, AC doctor, what's your diagnosis? My whole house was hot as a fever. Now my house is frozen, 'cause my air conditioner's on. Doctor, my AC's broken. Doctor, the AC doctor, heal my house, bless my soul.
The AC Doctors is your one-stop provider for air conditioning and heating installation, service, and repair. Contact us for money-saving repairs and lower energy bills.
Doctor, the AC doctor, heal my house, bless my soul.
Google the AC Doctors and get some relief today. TheACDR.com.
Mathews Show, and here is your host, Chip Mathews.
Oh, I'm the butt of all jokes, this, that, and the other, here on the Chip Mathews Show with the most insane person on the radio, stupid, dumb, and ignorant. That's just a joke. I'm fine, y'all. And everybody comes and writes, you okay? It's an election, y'all. I talk about the corruption. I talk about what goes on. It's just an election. It's no big deal. 80% of y'all just don't even care to go vote. You don't care. So it doesn't really matter. Anyway, we're here on the Chip Mathews program. And I want y'all to think for just a moment about what you're going to do for supper tonight, Friday and Saturday night, since Ole Miss and State. I know Southern's still in the game, right? So we would like to watch more baseball of the Ole Miss State fans, but I guess we'll all get behind and watch Southern because Southern deserves to win a title. I mean, Ole Miss won one. I think way back a lot longer before that, State won one in baseball. In whenever it was long time ago. So it's time for Southern to win a title just to show everybody Mississippi's dominance in baseball. And that's that. So, but this weekend, come on out and see us at Acme Pizza. Have a pizza. We had a great crowd last night. Come on out. Get you a pizza. Get you a daiquiri. Get you a barbecue sandwich. Get a steak sandwich. Everything's cooked on site. Everything's fresh. Come see us. Our lovely staff, Dolly and Lainey, will take care of you, along with Sharon and Jenny. Jenny will cook you pizza. And then if you see Henry or Terry walking around, just knock them in the head. But anyway, got a little staff there. We do our things. We get along. Southern lost to Miami. Oh, Roger, I didn't realize that. Oh, well. So much for baseball. Let's get ready for football season. Welcome to Mississippi. Because if they would give out this, if we made voting precincts in Mississippi at the football stadium every 1st of October. Let's do it the first week of October when we're playing the silly games, like the Memphis States and people like that. I know they don't go by Memphis State anymore, but that's what I call them. If we made those polling precincts in every election, we would probably get a better turnout in each and every election. That's the whole problem with the politicians. They really don't want more people to show up. They've got these people under control. If everybody showed up, we'd get a different results. I might not get reelected. If we had a ballot initiative, I might be kicked out. If we had a ballot initiative, somebody from Mississippi might have a voice. We give them a voice. They can vote every time there's an election. Quit fooling yourself. Quit making yourself feel good, Mr. Politician. Mr. Elected Official, quit making you feel good about yourself at the state capitol because you think that you're doing the work of the people. You're not. You're doing part of the work. You're going through the motions of doing the work of taking care of the people. These politicians that we have in these smaller cities that we can't touch when they take graft from other people, until it's a federal case, you can't touch them. The state isn't going to touch them. Lynn Fitch isn't going to touch them. Nobody's going to bother them because it's scared that they will lose a vote in the future because the pool is so small to pick from. The 20% of the people that go to vote, or less than 20%. Y'all, we got to get a hold of it. I think we ought to file a class action suit against the city of Canton and a class action suit against the city of Jackson if you're a resident of either one, because they have an obligation to provide us a public works department that works, a police department that works, and a fire department that works. And we're not talking about the people in those departments. We're talking about you, the government, are supposed to fund it from the tax dollars we have. Those are the essential things that we must have. And we don't have them. And you're not doing it. And you're not getting off your ass and making it happen. You know, you raise taxes and this, that, and the other, make sure you get raises. You raise taxes to try to put a Band-Aid on a problem you hadn't fixed. Get off your katukuses and start. Well, I guess y'all don't know what katukus means. We'll say butt. Get off your butt and do something, you politicians. Get off and start taking care of the people. Get up tomorrow morning, because today's too late, because you've already planned your day on where the graft and corruption is going to happen today. Get up tomorrow and say, I'm going to do something good for the people today. I'm going to figure it out. Clay Edwards Show is next right here on WYAB. I am Chip Mathews. I'm up. I'm out of here. See you tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Goodbye.